It's basically a web page as well for the club. This is one of the neat pieces about it because you can upload pictures, you can upload information, you can upload who won what ribbon that week, who was the best speaker, who was the best evaluator, who had the best table topics. You can go ahead and put information about upcoming meetings on there. You can have a flashing banner saying no meeting next week and let people know that there's not a meeting next week when they log on so that they know that there's no meeting on that particular date. There's a lot of flexibility in the way this works. And
welcome to the third episode of B50 After Dark. I'm your host, Mickey Bennett, and today we will be talking about FreeToastHost, a popular tool for Toastmasters clubs. Our guest today is Distinguished Toastmaster Ed Meissner. Ed is a former district director here in District 50 and also a past region advisor, and he's the current president of my home club, Preston Persuaders. But before we talk about FreeToastHost, I want to tell you about our sponsor. Today's sponsor is Habitat Commons. Habitat Commons is a beautiful facility for you to work in. It is a modern co-working space for creators and professionals located in Plano, Texas. And you can learn more about this wonderful facility by going to habitatcommons.com. He's currently the president of my home club, Preston Persuaders. Welcome to the show, Ed.
hello, Mickey. I am glad to be here.
Now, Ed, we're here today to talk about FreeToastHost. So first of all, what is FreeToastHost?
FreeToastHost is a platform that allows the club to create agendas for months at a time, for members to sign up for roles on those agendas. They can sign up for a helper role, speaker role, evaluators roles, the big three, and it allows for the officers and club members to send emails. It works very well. After a meeting, the VP of Ed can go through the agenda for the next week and then fire that agenda off in just a couple of clicks to the rest of the club, and he can add a message at the top that he can save and reuse again and again.
So there, you mentioned a lot of features: agendas, role sign up, emails, membership management. That's a lot of features, and I know that there happens to be a lot more features than that. But tell me, why would we need to use this tool? I've been in Toastmasters a long time, and when I joined, we just sent emails the old-fashioned way. We created agendas in Excel. We didn't need to have such a fancy tool. What's the benefit of using this FreeToastHost?
This puts everything in one place and makes it easy for the members to see. It also allows for guests to visit the website and take a look and see what the club is all about and know when the meetings are. It makes it easy, one-stop shop for everything. You don't have to create your own website. You don't have to create your own Excel files, an agenda in Excel. You don't have to go off and create a user member list that you mail out to everybody. It's just easy peasy, one-shot deal.
Okay, so it's centralized. It puts all these things into one place, and the agendas look and it can have a consistent look to them. Now you mentioned a lot of features, so let's take a look at some of those individual features. So you mentioned agendas. So you're able to create agendas using this tool.
That is correct, and you can create virtually any agenda you want. For our club, we have a regular agenda that's set up. If you wish, you can create a backwards agenda. You can create agendas for contests. You can create agendas with 2 speakers, 4 speakers, whatever you need, and you can call that up again and again and reuse them as you wish. The neat thing also is that when the meeting date comes up, You can check and make sure that all the roles are filled, print the agenda, print it as a PDF, so that way if you have a hybrid club, you can take the printed agendas with you, and you can also put the PDF agenda in the meeting on Zoom.
Very cool. So you mentioned the customizability of the agendas, which is really great because in our club, we've split the grammarian role into grammarian and lexicologist, who is then responsible for the word of the day. So you're not trapped in a standard cookie cutter version of how a club runs.
That's correct. It is very flexible and allows for virtually any roles or setup of the agenda that you want for your club. I know that some clubs up north go ahead and have an introduction section where they meet everybody, go around the room. In particular, they do that to focus on the guests and have the guests introduce themselves. But that way the guests also get to meet the members.
Now, you mentioned role sign up, and I happen to be our club's vice president of education right now, so this is a very important topic for me. Some clubs, they pass around a sign-up sheet in the clubs in person. Some clubs, the VP of education just creates a rotation. With FreeToastHost, how does it work?
With FreeToastHost, you can do it virtually any way you want. For one of my clubs, Park Central, we go ahead and send out a sign-up sheet at the end of each meeting, and members have approximately a week to 2 weeks to sign up for roles for the next month. If they don't sign up, the VP of Ed, which is myself in that club, assigns roles, and we then have our meeting that next month. So it works that way, or you can set it up to where you send out and anybody can sign up for a role, and the Toastmaster can then coordinate and fill roles as needed. Or as we do it in our club currently, at the end of each meeting, if people have not already signed up for roles in advance, we go through and very quickly say, are you going to be here next week? Would you take this role? Or they can apply for any role if they want at that point. And within just a couple of minutes, the agenda's filled and it's ready to be emailed out.
It's a great segue into one of the other features. You've mentioned emailing out agendas and signups a lot. So there are a lot of email features in FreeToastHost. And I know with our club, as you mentioned, we were able to select a email template from template emails that you create, so you don't have to write up a new email every week. You can have a template, and then you can select from email groups, either email the whole club or you can have custom groups.
That's correct. You can email the whole group, you can email the officers, you can email one person, and that template is really nice for the VP of education because you put in all the meeting requirements and information that's necessary for somebody to sign up for a role, for somebody to join the next meeting. We have our Zoom link in that template. For people who attend in person, the address is right there. It makes it easy. Additionally, if you want to have different meeting places, you can set templates up for each of those meeting places and just pick the appropriate template for the meeting place for that meeting and fire off that template, and the agenda is attached to the bottom of it, and everybody has both.
One more question about emails. Are you able to set up email aliases for, say, president at your club at FreeToastHost, or set up like officer emails?
It's very easy. You go to the membership list in FreeToastHost. This requires admin authority, but they go in and you click and set who the officers are, and then there's a officers at 5569 toastmastersclubs.org, and it goes to all officers or the president or the VP of Ed or any member that you choose to email.
Now, we've talked about some of the core features that are available in FreeToastHost, the agendas, the sign up, the emails. I happen to know that there are a lot of features on there that I don't even know all the features. What are one of the extra features that our listeners might find most interesting?
Well, it's basically a web page as well for the club. This is one of the neat pieces about it because you can upload pictures, you can upload information, you can upload who won what ribbon that week, who was the best speaker, who was the best evaluator, who had the best table topics. You can go ahead and put information about upcoming meetings on there. You can have a flashing banner saying no meeting next week and let people know that there's not a meeting next week when they log on so that they know that there's no meeting on that particular date. There's a lot of flexibility in the way this works, and it allows for the club to be their own club.
Very cool. So, our club, when I joined, we had a expert web designer who set up a very nice looking website, or at least at the time was a very nice website for us. But that person's moved on. We don't have that member in our club anymore. And not every club has an expert web designer. So this basically gives a plug and play setup for people to have their own website for their club.
That is correct. And you can even put files on there for members that are helpful to the members.
So that leads into my next question. This is potentially a tool for the Vice President of Public Relations to do some of their responsibilities for the club.
I agree. One of the things that you want to do, though, is link this in on Toastmasters International so that when people visit Toastmasters International, it directs them to this website, which is the website for your club then, and all the information they need is right there for them to visit the club, to learn more about Toastmasters, and to potentially become a member.
So if I'm a club officer, I go into Club Central, there are settings there that control what people see when they go to find a club on Toastmasters.org and they find our club. We can provide them with a link to our FreeToastHost website.
Correct. Not only that, if you put the FreeToastHost email in there, it will send a message to all of your officers when somebody asks a question and say, hey, I'm interested in on Toastmasters International. So you put officers at your club number, toastmastersclubs.org, and it'll fire off a message to any particular officer you want or all officers so that your officers can then respond to that guest and invite them to a club meeting. That way, visitors get that personal touch.
So it really is potentially a central public relations tool for the club. One of the extra features that I think is pretty interesting with this tool is our club has had a few high-profile keynote speakers, and with their permission, we recorded their speech and hosted it on our FreeToastHost website. So there really just are endless features depending on how much or little you want to use for your club. Now, we're putting all this information about our members on a website. Is this information about our members accessible to the public?
No, it is only accessible to the members and the website administrator, the officer who has the administration capabilities in your club.
So there's really good security on FreeToastHost?
Yes.
Great. Well, all these features, this has to cost a lot of money, right? This is what, $20 a month, or what does this cost?
$0 a month. It is absolutely free, and this has been done by a group out there who does it out of the kindness of their heart, and we get access to it and use of it. It has made a great difference for our club, and I know it can make a great difference for many other clubs. It's easy to sign up for. You just go to toastmastersclubs.org. So Toastmaster, add the S, club, add the S.org, and you can sign up for it. You just scroll down on their webpage, and it's easy peasy to sign up. They lead you right through it. I recommend getting the permission of your club officers and club members to do this so that everybody's on board to use this as their club website and agendas.
So you make it sound really easy to sign up. Is it really that easy to get your club started using FreeToastHost? And do I need to be an IT professional to really get everything set up for my club?
No, you don't. But the neat thing is there's some experts here that can help you in our district. So 2 experts, one of them is Dan Reeder, and you can get a hold of him by going to the d50tm.org webpage. That's our district webpage, and you will find him under staff. He is the pathways expert, but he also knows a tremendous amount about FreeToastHost. Additionally, Ram Venkat, who is another expert in our district, is also available. And his email address is ram007.venkat@gmail.com. And he is happy to help people out as well. Both these people are experts and can do a great deal for you.
Is there anything else our listeners should know about FreeToastHost before we wrap up?
FreeToastHost is really nice because it makes a lot of tools available to the members. Like I said, you can save files on FreeToastHost that are available to the members. You mentioned video of previous speeches, so it can be put on there if permission is given by that speaker. You also can put files that are helpful to new members on there that can guide them. The big issue is to make sure you onboard your members properly. Just telling them about it is not going to get you there. You need to give them the website address. Some of them need a little extra help because they're not really great at using the computers and websites. But if you onboard them properly, show them how to use it, they get to where they use it and they like it as well.
Well, a lot of features all in one central place. It's free and it enhances our ability to have a public relations effort to get out the word about our club. What's not to like about FreeToastHost? Tell me, what is the call to action for our listeners if they're interested in FreeToastHost?
I would recommend going to the FreeToastHost website. That's toastmastersclubs.org. Take a look at what they have to offer. Bring it to your club officers and members and see if you can sign up for it. And then develop a club culture that uses that. It takes a little bit of time to develop that club culture, about 3 months. The president and VP of Ed are going to have to mention to their members to log on, to sign up, and you're going to have to help onboard those members. But once you've developed that club culture, it's amazing. People sign up for roles way ahead of time. You can set up agendas out as far as a year if you want to, or you can set them up a month, 2 months, 3 months if you want to. It's up to the admin for that website to do that. So your VP of Ed becomes your admin basically and sets up those agendas, and it's easy as a few clicks setting up an agenda.
Well, Ed, thank you very much for joining us today and telling us all about FreeToastHost. That wraps up today's episode of D50 After Dark. We will see you next time.
District 50, mark your calendar for a spectacular fall education festival that is coming your way. It is our much anticipated Falderall one-day event, an unforgettable experience packed with excitement, knowledge, and celebration. There will be education sessions for our members. There'll be inspiring speakers, fun Hall of Fame, crazy raffles, and DTM ceremonies. So save the date, October the 14th, and join us in Mesquite, Texas at the Hampton Inn and Suite located at 1700 Rodeo Drive, and be prepared to be challenged, engaged in learning, and best of all, an enjoyable day with your Toastmaster friends and family. District 50's Falderall one-day education event. Stay tuned for more information.